Natural quartz crystals originate from the crystallization of hot magma fluids in special environments. Magma forms obsidian when encountering rapid cooling by river or seawater without time to crystallize. A portion of the slower cooling had enough time to crystallize, forming quartz crystals. The main components in magma fluid are sodium, potassium, silicon, and a large amount of volatile components. When magma hydrothermal fluid flows into spacious rock fractures, as the temperature further decreases, the magmatic hydrothermal reaches a supersaturated state, and the particles spontaneously aggregate into microcrystals and crystal core according to certain laws. By observing the shape of skeletal crystals, we can infer that the quartz crystallization is that first forms a layer of skeleton, which is then filled with a solution to form the surface of the crystal. Due to some special substances in the special magmatic hydrothermal deposit, the formation speed of the crystal nucleus is affected, causing the skeleton to form too quickly. Before the crystal surface can be filled, the next layer of skeleton grows, which forms skeletal crystals. Skeletal quartz, named by its usually uneven appearance. There is usually a skeletal framework structure at the crystal tips, or prism body face of the crystal. Some look like a room with a window open, and some look like parallel universes layer by layer. Formation between layers, resulting in water, carbon, or other movable inclusions, which named Enhydro quartz. The crystal surface that is not closed is called Fenster Quartz. The size of the window represents the degree of openness of the inner layer. The larger the window, the more layers of internal structure are exposed, and the more obvious the skeletal features are. The quartz crystals before us are all skeletal quartz crystals. Some are fluorescent skeletal crystal, some are smoky quartz, some are skeletal amethyst crystals, some are skeletal super 7 amethyst, some are clear skeletal quartz. Let's see them one by one. This one grows with red soil included and comes from Madagascar. It has rich smooth surface concave convex shape. It displays its fensters clearly, not only on the tips but the prism body. It's also a scepter quartz crystal. Now, let's make it under UV light. We can see there are sky blue fluorescence light shining full of the crystal. This one is similar with last one with more clear skeletal structure. It has more beautiful blue fluorescence light. The next one, which has yellow soil included, comes from Pakistan. It's a double terminated crystal. Its interior is exposed more because of the big Fenster Quartz structure. This one is also a Pakistani double-terminated skeletal quartz crystal. The next one is a skeletal smoky quartz. The shape of its fensters are irregular, doesn't follow the triangle tip shape. It's also a scepter crystal. This skeletal smoky quartz with yellow soil included in it comes from South Africa. It's smooth and clear. Yellow layers included in can be seen obviously. Here is a bubble in it, moving obviously. It has rainbow included. Its skeleton is not obvious. We can see clearly that its concave parts grow layer by layer. This one is a Super 7 amethyst quartz point with goethite included, in the place where close to the tip surface. We can see it has smooth surface without any fensters, but it indeed is skeletal quartz for the structure in it. It can be seen clearly that there are layers of yellow soil included. It's a secondary crystallization quartz. So there is a inner skeletal crystal inside, and a normal crystal outside. This one is a skeletal amethyst crystal with large fensters. Its inner structure is exposed a lot. It clearly shows that the growth of crystals is a piece of crystal surface mixed with a layer of yellow soil. These protrusions are its skeleton. This one is a tantric twin skeletal amethyst quartz crystal. It has Fentser on one tip face. They're scepter quartz crystals. This one is a skeletal amethyst, comes from Madagascar with red soil included. It's so clear that we can see its internal cavity clearly in layers of red soil. It's perfectly a nice one. The next one is a hematite-covered skeletal Super 7 amethyst quartz crystal. There are more than 2 fensters at one tip face. It's purple under its red hematite cover. This one is a rare Fenster Quartz crystal. Although it's small, but it has 6 fensters at the tip. It means that every tip face has 1 fenster. It's also a Super 7 amethyst. This one comes out of the same origin as the last one. It has body fenster on its prism. Also a Super 7 amethyst. This one is a skeletal quartz crystal cluster. Its shape of the fensters are not complete triangle, they're open form. Here it still hold the soil of thousands years before. It has smooth surface. Please stare at the black carbon particles, they're flowing. And there is a water bubble and another carbon inside. Have you find it? It's clear, so we can see the black lines in it. It's obvious the track left by moving the black carbon. This one is also an Enhydro quartz. The next one is a skeletal clear quartz point comes from Himalayas. It's ice white with white soil on it. It's close to a double terminated quartz. Its natural design is very three-dimensional. This one is also a white soil skeletal quartz. Especially, there are some step protrusions on some surface. Some other faces have typical features of skeletal crystals. It's a double-terminated quartz crystal. This one is a large scepter skeletal quartz. Its fensters are large, and its shape followed the trend of tip intersection lines. The step-by-step structure here can showcase the process of crystal formation. This is a large double-terminated skeletal quartz with big fensters. It is very clear to see the large cavity. It's a perfect piece. That's all the skeletal quartz crystals. Thanks for watching. I'll enjoy other style of quartz crystals in other videos. Welcome to my channel. See you. Bye.